Hello everyone. Today we've got a very special episode as we're going international in style, flying on United Airlines' most exclusive service, Polaris. We'll be taking a full end-to-end look at the full experience, starting with access to United's top-tier Polaris lounge, then covering boarding, amenities, in-flight dining, service, and of course, the lie-flat seat. We'll wrap things up with the arrival experience, including the Polaris Arrival Lounge in London. Our flight time to London will take 7 hours and 20 minutes. To get across the pond, we will be flying in United's 767-300ER. This plane will have 46 seats in Polaris, 22 seats in Premium Plus, 43 seats in Economy Plus, and 56 seats in Economy. Today we will be flying Polaris in seat 17L. Right here. Flying Polaris internationally also gives you that sweet invitation into United's most exclusive lounge, the Polaris Lounge. Unlike most lounges where you can get in with the right credit card or the right elite status, access to the Polaris Lounge is strictly for international business and first class passengers.
Thank you.
Off the bat, I noticed at check-in I was greeted with my last name. The lounge is spacious and broken up into different zones. Quiet seating areas, full service bar, a self-service buffet, and of course the complimentary restaurant-style dining room. The quiet seating areas look comfortable to get some work done. Almost every seat has a charging port and some have an extra light. The bar has a full cocktail list with premium wines. Plenty of space to unwind before your flight. The buffet has plenty of hot and cold options. On today's menu we have pork saltimbocca in a white wine sauce, roasted herb salmon with asparagus, root vegetable ratatouille, roasted potatoes, honey glazed roasted carrots and Brussels sprouts, an assorted salad bar, desserts, apples, and soups like clam chowder. But what really sets this lounge apart from the others is the private restaurant with a dining room. Here you can order from a complimentary menu and have your food plated and brought to you. Let's take a look at what's on the menu. After being greeted and taken to a table by a hostess, we are greeted with a wine menu, an assortment of silverware, and a Polaris food menu. The menu is branded with the airport code of the airport, EWR, and has options for appetizers and entrees. I opted for the lentil soup to start, and it was tasty. Once finished, it was quickly cleaned up. And I decided on ordering the famous Polaris burger. Highly recommended as the burger was delicious. Food is complimentary in the restaurant, so after declining dessert, the quiet seating area came next. Really is comfy for all those business travelers looking to get some work done. The Polaris Lounge definitely delivers when it comes to the pre-flight comfort, but with boarding time approaching, I packed up and made my way to the gate. This walk gives us a chance to talk about boarding. Polaris Business Class ticket holders board in Group 1, which is a nice perk on a big plane like this with a larger amount of passengers than usual. At the gate, people were lined up and ready to go. Here's the thing, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, people are eager and ready to get on the plane. Boarding an international flight is a bit different than a domestic one. You are expected to show your passport and your face. The good news is that I had both on me. Boarding in Group 1 also goes by a little quicker since most people in this boarding group fly quite a bit. Polaris seating is in the front of the plane, so we don't have to go very far. And here we are in seat 17L. At first glance, the seat feels private and cozy. At the seat, we have some goodies. It doesn't take long until the cabin crew passes by with the Polaris dining menus. More on that soon. There are several goodies at the seat. We have a Polaris branded pillow, a Saks Fifth Avenue blanket, Saks Fifth Avenue bedding, Saks Fifth Avenue pillow, and an Amenity Kit by Therabody. Let's take a deeper look at what's inside the Amenity Kit. Inside we have a mention for the Theragun Mini, a relief kit with towelettes, cream, and lip balm, a pen, a dental kit, socks, earplugs, tissues, an eye mask, and the kit holder itself. On the Polaris dinner menu, we have beef short rib, roasted chicken breast, seared cod, and a roasted balsamic butter cauliflower salad. I personally reserved the beef short rib in the app. For breakfast, they have banana bread pudding with a tomato kale baked egg white pastry. Desserts, on the other hand, include the famous Polaris sundae, cheesecake, and the cheese plate. To the right, we have controls for our Polaris seat, a USB charger in front of us, an expandable tray for food or work, a clothes hanger to the slight left of us, a retractable armrest to the left. More to the left, we have a reading light, a headphone jack, electrical outlets, a physical remote for the entertainment screen, noise-canceling headphones, and a softly lit lamp. Think that's it here? Think again. We have a secret compartment with water and a mirror. To the front of us, we have spacious legroom and a footrest. The seat itself is comfy and can be converted into a lie flat down bed. Branded with the United logo, the headrest is adjustable. And the big in-flight entertainment screen to the front of us, with a small cubby below. The safety video begins to play as we taxi to the runway. Up in the air, the cabin lights turn back on, which gives us a chance to play our favorite game in the sky. What's this button do? The first button controls the Do Not Disturb light at the front of the seat. Second controls the light to the left of us. Next three are seat controls, with the last one expanding the seat into a bed. Moving to the entertainment screen in front of us, it has movies and shows to watch. In-flight service begins with a warm branded United towel. First comes the beverage service. I was given a tablecloth. Then the warm nuts arrived and my water with no ice, but with a requested lime. All while the food service continues down the aisle. The appetizers arrive and the flight crew was awesome enough to let me try all three breads. I ordered smoked salmon and I opted for the baby red oak leaf salad with parmesan, artichokes, and roasted tomatoes. Coming to us with branded United silverware. And here comes the main meal. The seared beef short rib with garlic polenta cake, charred cauliflower, and cherry tomato and Bordelaise sauce. The meal was delicious, and for dessert I declined the sweets. I went for the cheese plate instead. Now with dinner out of the way, it was time to make this seat into a bed. Laying here, you get a really good sense of how quiet the cabin becomes. The lighting is soft, most passengers are asleep, and the hum of the engines makes for surprisingly peaceful white noise. The cabin crew gets the hint and turns off the lights in the cabin. The bed was very comfortable as I awoke to have the cabin lights back on. The in-flight service was back in swing and breakfast arrived. I opted for the tomato and kale baked egg pastry with fruit and banana bread pudding. After breakfast, it was time to stretch out the legs. And back at our seat, the cabin began preparations for our arrival into London. On landing, we were greeted by that famous London sunshine. With the seatbelt sign off, everyone gets up and ready to disembark. After a quick take care, we were on the ground in London. Polaris passengers are allowed entry into the invite-only Arrivals Lounge. Let's go check it out. But to get to the lounge, it requires walking to customs, getting through customs, and exiting customs altogether. Right next to the International Arrivals Hall is where we will find the Arrivals Lounge. Thank you. After a quick scan in, we are welcome to custom breakfast options and an a la carte menu. All complimentary, of course. Being in England, I opted for the English breakfast. After some quick relaxation and a quick thank you, it was time to leave Heathrow Airport. And with that concludes our trip report from Newark to London in United Polaris Business Class. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate a review, like, and comment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment, as I respond to all comments, and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the next flight. Until then, I'll see you on the next trip.